is the definition of freedom, justice, and equality for the black man, and where and when is it to be attained?
Well, take equality first. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad doesn't teach us to associate equality with whites. Equality has nothing to do with whites. We don't want to be equal with the white man. He's not the criteria or yardstick by which equality is measured. He's not in a position to tell us we are equal. It's not his right. It's not his to do. Equality, we want equality. We had equality before the white man was created. We had equality before the white man came into existence. And we want equality whether the white man is on this earth or not. Equality means the opportunity to develop all of our dormant potential, all of our dormant capability. And in developing this dormant capability, the right and the ability to stand on this earth on some land of our own and bring about a civilization and a society in which we will be completely independent, complete freedom to take care of the needs, to take care of the wants and the likes and the dislikes of our people, to establish our own nation, our own society, our own heaven, our own future. This is what we mean by freedom, by equality, and justice means as you sow, so shall you reap.
What's poppin', water god, man? What's poppin', family?
What's good, family? What's good?
Man, I think we got a dope show for the people tonight, man. I'm excited about this one, fam.
Oh, most definitely, man. I'm proud to be back.
You gotta educate me on some things too. I need to be educated because I've heard the term before, but I never researched it or understood it or nothing about the Anti-Defamation League. And we got to highlight some people. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. But how was your week, fam? Because you ain't I don't see you in your normal space, fam.
Yeah, man, I'm not in my normal space. I was in it's a little town in Florida called La Bella. It's a new town that's been building up, and I've been looking at some acres of land, that I can get into. So I've been looking for some land lately, and you struck my mind when I told you about it. You was like, man, you like Florida? And I thought about it. I'm like, man, I'm down to move. I'm down to buy some land wherever, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a good week, man, looking for land, looking for places. So it's all love, man. I'm having a good time, man. A great time to be alive. You feel me?
Fam, I forgot to put the dang on call-in number on the show. If you can put it on your that's my boy Zell. Salute to Zell. What's popping with you, Zell, man? We got a dope conversation tonight, and we'll appreciate it if you chop it up with us, if you call into the show. I put the number at the top of my channel or whatever so people can call in, but I didn't put it within the graphics this time. I'm kind of disappointed about that though, fam, but it's all good. It's all love though, man. My week though, water, I had that pollen come knock me down, fam.
No.
I didn't tell you, I ain't even talk to you about being sick and shit this week, did I?
No, you didn't.
Do y'all got pollen bad down there in Florida?
We don't. I know in New York they was telling me about that though.
I couldn't breathe one day, fam. I thought I was about to check out on y'all.
Oh man, don't tell me that.
I don't like taking medicine and stuff. My auntie told me to go get some Zyrtec or whatever. I popped that pill. I said, man, the drugs is powerful that they selling at Walgreens and stuff. It knocked it right up out of me though. But I was congested. That pollen, man. That pollen was something serious, man. I washed my car and everything. It was green right after I washed the car. Instantly.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I think because y'all buy that water, y'all probably don't get that like that, ain't
it? Because we buy the water?
Yeah.
Probably, man. That wind be blowing so hard.
Yeah. I don't think y'all get that pollen like that. But yeah, my week, it was crazy from that aspect. And also, I supported the McBride sisters. I went to Total Wine. Some ladies from California was there. They were stocking back up the Black Girl Magic.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
So I was going to buy a bottle, but I seen the sisters. I went and bought a case, fam, just to support our own people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to, But educate me on the Anti-Defamation League? Because I've heard that, but I don't know what that is. So, I like to learn, fam.
Yeah, so the Anti-Defamation League is basically, it's an organization that they try to stick up for bigotry and discrimination against their people. So they are just, anytime something comes up, they'll be doing that. They'll be stepping up. You're the ones, like, I'll give you an example. Kyrie Irving, when he had that incident with the New Jersey Nets or the Brooklyn Nets, the Anti-Defamation League was the one that came in and talked to him and reprimanded him and everything like that.
Wow. And they gave, when they did that, they gave that pollen. They gave things to do. They gave him a few things to do before he had to make it right with the league before he was able to play again. Did they have something to do with that?
Yeah, they had something to do with that. They're the enforcers when it comes to whenever you say something about them, they're the ones that enforce it and come stand on business. So
they need that.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to create. That's what you're saying.
Most definitely.
Okay. I like that. I like that though. The Anti-Defamation League. I need to read the definition of it also too, though, because to the people who may not, Anti-Defamation League. So, wow. Yeah. So definition. Let me read. The leading anti-hate organization in the world, founded in 2013. Its timeless mission is to stop the defamation of the Jewish people and to secure justice and fair treatment to all. Today, ADL continues to fight all forms of anti-Semitism and bias, using innovation and partnerships to drive impact. That's crazy, fam.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then it's specifically for Jewish people. So this is a non-governmental organization that is defending Jewish people.
Yep. That's what they do.
So we need to create a league like that for our people. So when people are disrespectful and they ain't doing what they disrespecting us and they putting us in situations that we shouldn't be in, we need to create something like that for us. I agree with that, fam. I agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
That's dope. Yeah. What they're talking about, it is not written that ye are generator, operator, destroyer, and that there is no religion higher than the truth. The star shows itself good morning, always attacked with the sun behind you. Copper color, blood, melanin, and chlorophyll are related. Oh man, he already kicking game early. Man. But the Ye conversation dropped. Me and you both, we had counseled Akademics for his actions with a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, definitely.
On the platform. What platform was he on? Because it's a multitude of platforms. He was on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was looking at X today, and he had a conversation with Kanye West, formerly known as Kanye West, but he's known as Ye now. And it had 1.5 million people watching the live. So I sent it to Rob. I said, Rob, golly, what's going on? What's good with this conversation? And some things was being said that I felt was needed to converse with all people. Some things that said was blasphemous also. But what are some of the things you took from that conversation that you heard, or the parts that you heard before we play a clip or two, fam?
Can you hear me, fam?
Clearly.
Okay. Well, the parts that I took is when Jim Jones said that he was not Jim Jones, when Kanye West said that Jim Jones made $2 million off of him, and he couldn't help him with the PDFs. He wanted them to get a PDFs, and Jim Jones was like he didn't know the PDFs. But it was mostly when he said that the Jewish community benefits off our trauma, when they sell our records and things like that. That's what touched me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. He had a whole bunch of things in there. He was being crazy with the black KKK uniform on.
That was crazy to me. Yeah, that was definitely crazy.
I don't understand the ideology behind that, but this is the clip that caught my attention, though, Rob. Let me play it.
Oh, you gonna play it right now?
But at the end of the day, you still got to go work for a white man. You still got to work for a Jewish man that works for a white man. The black dollar has been so decentralized since gentrification and the fall of Black Wall Street that it's next to impossible for a community to get on their feet, get past the drugs, the food. The food's the original drug. The hurting, the fucking 25%. Definite, not chance, but definitely being locked up, the abortion rates. Like our position, I don't have the exact answer to the equation of how to get out of where we are, but I'm not going to say we're not in where we are. And this might be some Star Wars shit where it take generation after generation after generation where it'd be north and it'd be this and be that, but it's like you either on this side of it or you on that side. Cardi took the blue pill. But he made his name off of the red pill. The Matrix.
Ooh. He going deep, fam. He's going deep.
The black dollar has been decentralized. He said that we may have to, this fight may be for multiple generations. It may continue on for generations after we dead and gone. Should I play it again for the people that may not heard it twice?
Go ahead, let's get it.
Perception, but at the end of the day, you still got to go work for a white man. You still got to work for a Jewish man that works for a white man. The black dollar has been so decentralized since gentrification and the fall of Black Wall Street that it's next to impossible for a community to get on their feet, get past the drugs, the food's the original drug, the hurting, the fucking 25%, definite, not chance, but definitely being locked up, the abortion rates. Like our position, I don't have the exact answer to the equation of how to get out of where we are, but I'm not going to say we're not in where we are. And this might be some Star Wars shit where it take generation after generation after generation where it'd be north and it'd be this and be that, but it's like you either on this side of it or you on that side. Cardi took the blue pill, but he made his name off of the red pill. The Matrix.
That Matrix analogy, I need help with that, fam. But another thing that caught my attention that he said is food is the original drug, dog.
Yeah, that's sugar. That's sugar for sure. Damn, that sugar for sure was the original drug.
Well, wasn't it a war behind sugar?
I heard about that. Don't quote me on it, but I heard it was something, when it was growing the sugar. Don't make me but I got a little memory of a war on sugar, like you said. I don't know it.
Yeah, but because sugar is more accessible than any drug that's available in the country. You can't go nowhere and ain't no sugar, fam. But my house. Anywhere you go, you can't find you can find sugar, fam. It's probably one of the most monetized things in the country, fam. Yeah, he said fuck everybody, even the people who crossed him. He did though. He did, guy, man. I appreciate you too. If y'all didn't check out the show that me and Guy did last night, it was very dope too, man. And if you hear something that you want to converse about on this episode too, Guy, call into the podcast, man. I would highly appreciate your perspective on anything, man. Thank you, fam, for your time.
Shout out to Guy, man, for real.
And Eric Davis, he said he talking some ugly folk to most celebrities won't even talk about. Won't even think about. I apologize. I want to say your comment correctly. And Eric Davis, he also said he talking some ugly facts most celebrities won't even think about. That's true though, because he ain't controlled like most other celebrities. He willing to crash out.
Yeah, but think about it. He the only one I heard talk about Black Wall Street in the community. You know what I mean? I never heard a celebrity speak on that. You know what I mean? Divine Nine, none of these Mason brothers. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me.
Yeah. And he also said that it's going to be hard to build a community when everything you do that you profiting from. David Banner said this on the Breakfast Club, and I talked to Guy about this last night. Everything that is, well, not everything. It's still some things on the planet, but he said white people and Jewish people. But I feel like they have monetized everything, fam, and has took it away from, like, if we get some money off of this YouTube thing, it's coming from them, fam. Everywhere you get money from is coming from them, and they have made it to where they paying us in pennies now because they forced us on certain platforms. When you think about music, they force people on streaming platforms. People ain't independent no more. I salute to J. Cole for creating his inevitable website or whatever it's called, and he's making people go directly to him. But the streets, it's over. Everything that is monetized financially, you're going directly through them. So it's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a long fight, fam. It's going to be our whole life.
You mean to get the power away from them?
I think that's going to take a war. I don't think that getting the power, I think to uplift our community to make sure that it's thriving is going to take a fight for the rest of our life. But to take the power away, fam, I don't even want to speak like that because that's a threat in their eyes. You verbalizing
take power away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would say, yeah, like you say, they streaming device. If we got to go through everything, ownership is empowerment. If we got to go through everything to go through them to do anything, it's not, we'll never get the right justice and the right earnings that we feel that we deserve. You feel me?
That's fact, man. I talked to when we did our first live that went crazy, and Dr. Eric Hamilton called in. We be doing on my platform, we be doing a chapter by chapter review of his book. And when one of these chapters, we talked about marriage being monetized. Divorce being monetized. They make it a monetizable asset. This mindset that we have of working and being against each other and folks being in gangs and things, this is like crazy to me how everything is being monetized, fam. And we don't have no ownership in none of the shit. And it's being controlled by government entities, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Let me play the other clip. Let me play the other clip of what he had to say about Jay-Z during this interview with Akademics, and then we're gonna read some comments and keep it going. And I'm gonna put the call-in number in the comment section if y'all want to call in and chop it up with us, though. Real talk.
Yeah.
Like, even the Jay, you don't regret the tweet, because if he said something about your daughter, you'd probably be upset, right?
He should be upset. I ask people, like, if I know somebody that's woke, like I knew this girl that only hangs around really super woke, like some of fat black girl models, just like her friends type shit. And I was like, yo, you gotta tell me, what tweets y'all didn't like.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me what hurts so I could do it more.
Why?
Because that's when we're weakening the enemy. We breaking them down. All this, I'm a fat bitch on the runway. I'm so powerful. No, you're not. You're causing death. That shit is unhealthy. Let's do statistics on black obesity rates. Everything that's being pushed in the media is about decentralizing and tearing down communities. Even I low-key feel like the ICE is basically doing to the Latin communities what they did to the black communities. is everything to decentralize, remove the fathers. Also, I had this theory that I just wanted to say. Wait a second. I have another theory. It's about football and music industry, but I want you to get that that Jay-Z answer. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody's like, what about the fact that everybody knows what I'm saying is true related to that photo that I put up with my youngest daughter, right? But everything is like, but you offended Jay-Z. Fuck him.
Listen, it'd be a message in Ye's madness. You know what I mean? Man, he always gonna say something that you gotta be like, you know what, he right.
He was talking about how they destroying the community, fam, and what they doing with the food and having us, he talking about obesity and everything. Somebody sent you something, fam.
I appreciate you, Shabazz. Shabazz always support me, man, always giving me that ammunition to keep going, man. Salute to him.
Yeah. Call into the show, Shabazz, if you want to chop it up and give your perspective on the conversation. We highly appreciate you, fam. Salute.
Now, check this out. I like what Kanye said about the media. Now, you sent me a video of Young Scooter. No, you sent me the news, and you was like, yo, Young Scooter just got shot, right? And I dropped that video, and they switched it up from when it was, man, he got shot to maybe he just jumped over and, hurt his leg, but we never heard of a brother running from the police and die from just, getting cut from a fence. Have you ever heard of that before?
Nah, I haven't.
I haven't heard of that before, and I've known plenty of people who ran from the police.
I got some theories, but I need the footage. I need the footage. The footage need to come out though, but keep going though, Rob. I'll get my perspective.
My point is what Ye was saying was the media on how they portray, right? So I know from me, when I see things on the media, I think that they gotta put a twist on it. You know what I mean? They can't give us the authentic truth because it's the reason why they own the media. It's the reason why they want to control that. And I feel like we got to dig deep just to get to the real truth and justice sometimes for our people. We can't just take face value what these people saying on the internet with the news.
Man, what he's saying basically, when I'm hearing what he's saying, he like, I'm willing to die to tell y'all the truth. Right. It has came times to where I wanted to say crazy things on my platform about Ye, but I don't jump to conclusions too quick when I get to talking. And I listen in totality, and it be a message in the madness, fam. Sometimes he be talking crazy, but it be a message, a direct message in the madness. And we may not be in those rooms or be in those circles or or reach that level of success or whatever you want to call it. It may not even, the word success might not even be accurate, but word of awareness, because success, you can be aware that could be successful to somebody. But he's speaking for the community. I want to play that clip again for the people who just came in, because we got a few more viewers or whatever. But he was saying some things, and sometimes you got to hear things multiple times to understand it.
To lay the scene, right?
Yeah, let's play it one more time.
Like, even the Jay, you don't regret the tweet, because if he said something about your daughter, you'd probably be upset, right?
He should be upset. I ask people, like, if I know somebody that's woke, like I knew this girl that only hangs around really super woke, like some of fat black girl models, just like her friends type shit. And I was like, yo, you gotta tell me, what tweets y'all didn't like.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me what hurts so I could do it more.
Why?
Because that's when we're weakening the enemy. We breaking them down. All this, I'm a fat bitch on the runway. I'm so powerful. No, you're not. You're causing death. That shit is unhealthy. Let's do statistics on black obesity rates. Everything that's being pushed in the media is about decentralizing and tearing down communities. Even I low-key feel like the ICE is basically doing to the Latin communities what they did to the black communities. is everything to decentralize, remove the fathers. Also, I had this theory that I just wanted to say. Wait a second. I have another theory. It's about football and music industry, but I want you to get that that Jay-Z answer. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody's like, what about the fact that everybody knows what I'm saying is true related to that photo that I put up with my youngest daughter, right? But everything is like, but you offended Jay-Z. Fuck him.
He's speaking out of passion. Yeah.
I wanted him to get to the theory of the NFL, the NBA, and football and all of those things, because I feel like certain individuals is controlled, and once you realize that you are controlled, you either gonna crash out or be obedient. What's your thoughts about that?
Exactly. I don't think it's either two. I think it's only a few of us got that courage to come out here and speak for our people, and whatever happens, we're gonna stand on it. It's not a lot of us, but whoever we are, we got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. Because a lot of people probably want to say it, but they can't say it because of the position they in. So, I just look at the fact that, the people who do, like Kanye, he's standing on business and he willing to lose it all.
Yeah.
To say it. So I respect him. I respect him for it.
Another thing, I'm clip daddy, y'all. I apologize. We're going to be clipped up tonight with a whole bunch of different topics and a whole bunch of different perspectives. And I'm putting the number for y'all to be able to call in on the screen right now, so y'all can give y'all thoughts and views of these topics, though. But in hip hop, we have seen artists get caught up in RICO cases as of recent.
Exactly. And
we're going to read some charges that Diddy has recently got dropped. Some of the charges been dropped, but I want to lead up to something, though, Rob, because you've been on it hard about the Divine Nine and teaching and educating me on a lot of things that I wasn't aware of. And, the Young Thug RICO, we see Little Durk, they using this RICO to get a lot of rappers caught up in situations. But I was listening to this podcast and they said something about these people never get caught up in RICOs. What's your thoughts?
K will never be indicted.
Never.
Them niggas will never be. Them niggas will never get the RICO. Them niggas will never be considered terrorists. They just had a story about the two twins that just got hung in the mountains somewhere.
Georgia, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, they got shot and drug up there.
Yeah,
and they found a firefighter. They arrested somebody over there.
Yeah, firefighter allegedly, not even allegedly, he did. He took video. I think they found text messages bragging about it. So, and this hasn't even broke the news.
Now why those they'll target a small time rapper. They'll target some street punks, you know what I mean, claiming the gang or whatever, but massive organizations that commit crime. I never heard of a KKK RICO, as of what they said. I never heard of a RICO for a sorority or a fraternity or nothing. I only heard it from the street punks and the rappers. What's your thoughts on those young brothers talking about that on their platform, and why we don't never see that though, fam? What's your thoughts about that, Water?
Salute to them brothers. And anytime I see brothers out here, I'm glad we are standing on where we can speak however we freely feel. And that's what I most like about what Kanye, I don't care if he say some crazy stuff. We need freedom of speech to be able to feel comfortable to speak how we want to speak. But my opinion on that is I've been going over this Divine Nine and these organizations, right? And I talked about on my channel how those 3 police officers killed that brother in Memphis, Tennessee, and they was all Q dogs. And it was no RICO to that. You can tie a lot of organizations up to a lot of crime. And I feel like the higher ups are benefiting from the top and the bottom. I know you heard me say this on the channel before. They got a control over them people, but they're not the ones that's supposed to get the RICO. these guys at the bottom is supposed to get the RICO. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's set up. Yeah, I think it's set up in a way to where it's not for them. They get disciplined in another way. You know, they got discipline actions that they do for those people in the Divine Nine that's different. It's Greek life than it is for the streets. You know what I mean?
Their discipline isn't jail. It might be your mom, you a sacrifice or something.
Right.
Like
that. It's different.
Yeah. You got to do something to one of your loved ones. Specifically, you got to do it. That's
right.
what I would assume. You know what I mean? But I ain't saying that I'm accurate. I'm just assuming this ain't the truth. I ain't saying the truth. And
right.
I ain't trying to get no complaint mailed to my house. You know what I mean? But I want to speak freely, though.
Freely. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to speak freely. But we living in a crazy world, old water, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, I've been promoting a book on the channel as of recently. A lot.
The Divorced Man, huh?
Nah, not that book. Not that book.
Oh.
Where is that? You know, Dr. Joy DeGruy. The one,
okay.
the post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Yeah.
And on our show, on me and your show, I ain't did it on my show or whatever. And she had a interview as of recently, and she talked about how Black men was traumatized by not being able to protect their families during the slavery time. And I just been tripping off of her promoting the book and her being on multiple platforms talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome. And she had something to say that was interesting that I want to get your perspective on. But you know, I just got to play the clip so everybody can get their thoughts across.
I'm Dr. Joy DeGruy, and we are playing Is It Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome or Not?
The current gender war between Black men and Black women.
You know, I'm very hesitant to, that's going to be one where I think that we have a lot of stuff that came out of enslavement. And again, there's been a lot written about the fact that during slavery, the position of men was one where they could not protect their families, their wives or their children. And that kind of led to an avoidance, right? And pain and humiliation. And so how much love, how much vulnerability are you going to have when the person you love the most can be just taken from you or given to someone else the next day? So I think that's real. But I also think that we have bought into some of the social ills that are already here around materialism, what manhood is, what beauty is, what the expectation is in terms of, you know, what I believe or as a woman or what a man believes he should do or be, how much money you're supposed to have, the level of education. I mean, that is somehow embroiled in America itself. So I would say that toxicity is already there. And with the history of trauma and the history of harm, yeah, I think it exacerbates it.
Is we really, like, you know, me and you both, we preach unity. We preach coming together. I don't want to use the word preach, but it's kind of accurate with what been going on lately. And this Black Girl Magic a little strong. I ain't used to sipping nothing that strong.
Okay.
It's strong. We preach unity. We talk about coming together to build together. Is it really a gender war between, like, we already dealing with a race war. We already identifying who we are as people, as FBAs, coming from being called all sorts of things. Are we? Do we really agree with what she's saying about it's a war between the male and the female within the race?
I think that they want to make a war. So if you remember the movie Baby Boy, you remember that movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was an example of them marketing dysfunction in our neighborhood, in our relationships.
Talk about it, Water. Talk to him now.
when that movie came out, and if anybody's seen the movie, this is why what Ye is talking about is so important, because we can go back to the marketing and what they put on the screen. They put dysfunction for us to see. And that movie illustrates a lot of stuff what we got going on today. You know, as far as just, you know, that's how people see us in relationships. So I feel like we have to stop letting these movies play us and really robbing us for our pain. They really like showing our pain on TV for everybody to see and market, and we do nothing but look at that and think that this is our relationship. This is how our relationship's supposed to be, in my opinion.
And they monetize it.
And they monetize off of it.
What's crazy, it's always going to be somebody that's going to sell out for the money. It's always going to be that one person that's comfortable with doing whatever.
And you remember when Chris Tucker said he didn't want to do that movie Friday? Mm-hmm. And doing my research with this Divine Nine, I kind of, you know, Ice Cube kind of lost some respect for me, because just knowing him, you know, what he was able to do, I thought it was good, you know. But then when I do my research and I look at what these movies stand for and what was they, you know, the staple in our community, I think Chris Tucker seen some things and he didn't want to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
And even in the Cat Williams interview where he said supposed to had happened, but he altered the scene in Friday. Remember that?
Right.
On Club Shay Shay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate saying Club Shay Shay.
I don't know, me too, right?
Does that sound funny to you too, fam?
It do. I don't know why a man want to call itself Shay Shay, but yeah, man, they put our pain on TV, and we gotta see it as in thinking that this is our lifestyle, and it's not our lifestyle.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And you know what? I heard you when you said you lost a little bit respect for Cube, and I understand that, because you know he took the decision making away from himself, and he gave it to Hollywood so they could make the decision. You know what I'm saying? When you don't do things independently, you can't fully make the decisions because you ain't fully financing the situation. When in our reality, his people was going to support the movie regardless. They was going to support it regardless because it's a hit. Let's read some comments though, fam, because we ain't showing the people no love, man. And y'all ain't calling. Y'all gotta call it.
William Johnson, Racehead, I appreciate y'all.
I think Trump finna change that. They all Democrats. Okay. The police will never investigate the political class. It's levels. Ain't they talking, ain't it?
For real.
T Beezy said allegedly. Yeah. T Beezy, I don't want nobody knocking on my door. Man. Real talk.
Florida boy Jay, okay. We got them Florida boys in the building.
Florida boy Jay tapping in. Call into the show, Florida boy Jay, and talk your talk, man. That FBA language, man. You know you my guy. You know what I'm saying? What Ray said, imagine a drunk Billy Goat. Oh, I don't want to come into all words during slavery. Woo. That's a little drastic though, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon on the questionable side. Florida boy Jay in the building was popping. Ray said respect, fam. You know that Kanye conversation was crazy, fam. That was crazy.
It was crazy. It was much needed though. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear somebody really passionate and understanding the stuff that we going through. You know what I'm saying? And put it on a broad network so everybody can understand. But some people are gonna just throw Kanye like, oh, he just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we know what's up.
He's very educated, and he had academics looking crazy on the screen, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Academics wasn't saying nothing. He just was there, to be honest with you. He didn't even know how to go back and forth with the conversation. But, you know, we got some more. You want me to read the, you know, me and you covered Diddy,
yeah.
heavy when around last March. I think it was last March when he got arrested or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Covering them heavy, pause. And some of his charges been dropped, fam. We just got through talking about the RICO.
Yep.
You remember when they charged him with a RICO? How you gonna charge one man with a RICO?
Now, what Kanye was saying is him and Diddy is kind of in the same boat. And I feel him on it. I feel like these people trying to wash Diddy away because they can't use him no more. You know what I mean? Or he probably got too big for his own britches and they trying to discipline him. Yeah. Sit down, boy. You know what I mean? So to hear Ye saying that and stepping up for him, that was deep, man.
Hamilton.
Hold on, we got a caller calling.
List,
we got a caller calling into the show. You calling in the Water God TV and Trevor Jackson TV? What's popping? What's popping? How's it going, Eric?
It's going good. See you brothers again.
Thank you, man. We highly appreciate you. We highly appreciate you. And I want to tell people to go purchase your book also, The Divorce Man. I'm going to put a link in the description so people can copy and purchase the book because it's a very educational book, man. But which topic of discussion did you want to touch bases on today, Eric?
I wanted, first of all, thank you. It's good to see you guys. And I just wanted to kind of give a couple perspectives that I think these perspectives kind of validate. May I refer to him as Kanye? Can I still refer to him as Kanye?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take myself. But the thing that I like about Kanye is his persistence around trying to get people educated. He is always pushing the narrative around getting educated, know what's going on. You know, he's constantly pushing that narrative, and I hope that we can see that narrative and try to do something with it. Which is what I'm calling in tonight, because I'm fascinated by you guys, your topics, because I want to bring to the listening audience what happened to Bill Cosby, Dr. Bill Cosby. Dr. Bill Cosby, remember, he was the hottest black man in the 90s.
Yeah.
He, despite how he is talked about today, that's another topic. There's a lot of legal issues, but I want to just kind of give the listening audience who may not know, Dr. Cosby attempted to buy NBC at one point in time.
Yes,
and
sir.
He did he was on a late night show, talk show, talking about the dangers of one particular television show that was just starting out. You guys remember what that show was?
No, I don't.
He was talking about the Simpsons.
Wow.
And he was talking about just how dysfunctional Bart Simpson was and the whole Simpson family. He talked about that on the show. And if you guys remember, he tried to buy NBC.
I remember that.
Now, regardless of what's talked about him today, I know that I am a byproduct, my generation, of looking at quality television in terms of every Thursday night. I'm glued watching the Cosby Show, and he verified a positive image about college, about education, about two-family income, the whole nine. That was a narrative that white America was not prepared for.
Wow.
So I think that with the decline of brothers like him, we're losing a battle, which is around trying to show black family. And I'm really big on that. I'm really big on the ability to try to educate ourselves and keeping a family together. I'm super, super big on that topic. But I wanted to just let the listening audience know, Dr. Cosby has been vilified by the media, which you're talking about, Brother Rob. You just talked about that. Go back and look at Cosby's work. Look at the Cosby Show. Look at educational attainments. Look at all the social ills that we talk about. Look at the 90s.
Yeah.
And I would say I would give a lot of credit to his work and his talent because so many people came from it, different world.
Yeah.
I want to give Cosby his due, because I think he really got in that arena in terms of trying to do something for us.
He put a lot of people in position, Eric, but I know you want to touch on another topic, but you said something that really, really caught my attention when you talked about what was being promoted by Bill Cosby during that time. And it's the two-parent household. Since Cosby has been removed from the public eye in the media or whatever, when has the two-parent household been promoted since in television shows? I
have not seen it.
Me neither.
I have not seen it. And I don't see enough people outraged about that decline, because again, a lot of us who are in our 50s, Bill Cosby is single-handedly responsible for so many African Americans graduating college.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Morehouse College would not have been able to survive the financial ups and downs had it not been for Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yet we talk about him as a villain and a monster today. So I just, I want to make sure that we're talking about that topic. And then the other thing, real quickly, the young lady that was talking about the post-traumatic.
Take your time, Eric.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I think there's some truth in that. I think there's some truth that could be measured in terms of behavior. I think what she's looking at, though, are symptoms, and she's not looking at a deeper cause. Because I'm looking at other things from like 1900 up until about 2025, where our decline didn't start in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't find Black Wall Street in a curriculum in America.
Oh, that's deep. Right. Ooh.
It's not there.
It's not there. They don't speak to
that field. It's not in the curriculum.
Yeah. That is
crazy.
That's crazy.
So I think a lot of what she's saying has some relevance. I would not try to challenge her. I would just push back and just say I'm looking at other behavior from, say, the 1900s up into 2025, our educational attainment, the abortion rate, the two-family homes for African Americans. I'm looking at a lot of that data from the Census Bureau. And the other thing I think is noteworthy is look at the number. Explain a Coretta Scott King in keeping the King family together while Martin's out on the road. Explain a Betty Shabazz who's keeping Malcolm's family together while he's out. It took a woman to do that, and we didn't have a gender war.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't a gender war at the time. Or
no, it was not.
Yeah.
It was a coordinated effort to achieve a goal, but for some reason we're not there anymore.
What do you think about is there a gender war today in the current time?
Yes, there is. There is a gender war. And ironically, I would say the origins of that gender war started with, believe it or not, what got us connected, which is in the 1960s under the Lyndon Johnson administration, where you guys are talking about incentivizing. It was public knowledge that a woman could receive financial assistance from the federal government for not having a man in the home.
And the
disrespect.
The government, the father.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God.
It's messed up, huh? That's messed up how they do you, you know?
Man, I appreciate your knowledge of history and calling into the show. I'm always thankful when you call into the show, Eric. And,
I appreciate it, guys.
And if you want to touch on any other
question. I got a question for him before you let him go though. Eric, do you feel like, you know, I brought up that movie, the
Yes,
baby
sir.
in these movies. Do you feel like these movies play a part in shaping our women's minds on relationships?
Sir, I can answer that with another movie for you.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with your assessment, and I challenge you to take time to watch The Color Purple.
Over again with my mind I got right now, right?
Yes, sir, with your mature mind.
Mm-hmm.
Look at The Color Purple and look at what happens after The Color Purple. Look at the themes. I remember when Color Purple came out. Look at the themes of behavior that was opened. Also, to your point, sir, look at who produced The Color Purple.
Who produced it?
A white man.
I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you guys see that. Okay.
Do the research. Yeah.
Look at who produced The Color Purple. Look at the narrative of what we saw on the big screen, and look at everything that's come after that. Okay. So I agree with your assessment that movies are definitely part of programming. I agree with you.
Wow. So a sci-fi.
Dang, you just opened my eyes now. Spielberg.
What's the director?
Spielberg. Yes, sir.
That's a sci-fi director. Doesn't he produce sci-fis?
He has made more money than you can shake a stick at off of sci-fi. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So why is he producing? How was he viewing The Color Purple to be? It had to be some sort of structure for him to even want to be involved. And he's a Jewish individual.
Because that is, as we just talked about, that was an agenda that needed to be promoted, and it launched Oprah. It launched the narrative that you see. It launched so many things.
That's powerful.
So many things came out as a result of that movie. Look at the themes on it. Look at the themes. So I agree with your assessment that movie is a pathway for programming. Unfortunately, as men, we have to speak on it, and we can't be afraid of the consequences.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. You're right. We can't be afraid of consequences. Eric, man, we appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys, man.
Hey, have a blessed night. I'm gonna continue to promote the book also, Eric, and I'm looking forward to sharing the conversations with the people that we've been having about your book also. Thank you and have a blessed night, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys take care.
Thank you. You know, I ain't gonna hit the hand claps, but I'm gonna give them some because the last time I hit the hand claps, you know how my hand claps sound on the board, fam.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, they was in the comment section going crazy too, man. Going crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm about to put the link in the description if you want to become part of the show. If you want to put your face up on the screen or whatever, chop it up with us, man. Real talk.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, dang, man, I ain't know it was gonna lead to that. You know, my mind was baby boy. You know, I'm younger. You know, I seen The Color Purple, but I didn't have a big enough mind. I wasn't old enough to really understand everything that was going on when I seen it.
Yeah.
But baby boy I was at an age where I was, you know, but I'm like, why, you know, it don't feel right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it is a part of programming, and it's sad. We got to stop letting, like Kanye said, they are benefiting off of our pain. So to see him going out and acting like this, and they trying to stop him, it's like, man, y'all did this to us with these movies and these TV shows, and it was okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, they use everything for programming, fam. They use us against us to program the majority of us.
Exactly. Sick. Yeah, man.
And some of us will take a bag to mislead the majority of us.
People. And this goes back to the FBA Anti-Defamation League. So if we would have had a FBA Anti-Defamation League, do you think they would have let us put the? Do you think we would have let them put The Color Purple out or Baby Boy out, showing the representation of our culture in a negative light? Do you think any of us would have allowed that? You know what I mean?
We wouldn't have allowed that. But you know, what's crazy that when we found out that Steven Spielberg produced somebody calling into the show.
No. I wanted to tell William. He said how to send a pic. Just send it in that group, man. If you want to show something, and I can
William send a pic.
William Johnson. Yep.
Salute to William Johnson, man. Salute to you, big dog. I put the StreamYard in the I put it in water on your YouTube too, but I think you gotta approve it. You must got your channel to where people can't put links in the channel. So you'll have to put
I'm gonna have to put the link in the channel. Okay.
Yeah, put the link in the channel for yes, sir, to pop up on the screen because I did it, but I think you got something. Or yes, sir, come to Trevor Jackson TV and the link will be in my channel if Water can't get it in his whatchamacallit. This in my comment section on my channel. So you can pop up. And then my boy Florida Boy Jay still watching the show, man. Tap in, fam, and hit the link and chop it up with us, fam, for a moment if you got the time, my brother. I would highly appreciate your perspective. You know, that's my dog, man. He be kicking the shit.
I'm finna copy it and put it in mine right now for y'all.
I need to get back in the Discord too, man. Because you put the link up for the Discord, but I didn't download the app until after the show, you know. I didn't know it was an app. But Ray said the name Hollywood derives from the term holy tree or wood, a sacred symbol to ancient druids, witches, and wizards who used its branches to craft their magic wand for casting spells.
Very interesting. So I just put it in there. Yes, sir. So y'all should get the link.
Click the link. You know what's crazy too? You know who those people worship in Hollywood too? I don't want the channel to cut off or whatever though, but the Baphomet, the transgender thing. Yeah. Eric had a dope call, man. I'm trying to. I'm trying to transition the conversation, but that call was dope, man.
Wow. So he just
we need more of our people, our elders, to call in and educate us too. The ones that is very knowledgeable.
Here's the picture that William Johnson just sent, and it looks like is that a white dude with a black face?
Look like somebody that got that disease where they be brown and white. I forgot what it's called.
Right. Well, that's what William Johnson. It's about Whoopi. It came across my Facebook. Yeah, so that's Whoopi. That's what he wanted us to see.
Read the caption about it, man.
So the caption say, Whoopi Goldberg laughing and smiling so big you could see her black gums when her then boyfriend Ted Danson showed up and roasted her while wearing blackface. He also said the N-word over a dozen times and ate a tray of watermelon before walking off stage. And Whoopi loved it. That's disrespectful.
I gotta see video of that. Real talk, man.
He's got a blackface on.
Yeah, that's highly disrespectful.
So
her boyfriend, that's what William Johnson just said.
So I got a question for the chat, y'all. Do we need an anti-defamation league to cut movies out, to be able to sue, to act in the representation just like how they do, you know? Because we don't got nobody that's gonna try to protect our culture, protect our image, you know, protect how people see us.
Yes, sir. What's popping with you, fam? You tapped into the show with us, man.
Man, what's happening, man? What's up, my guys?
What's good?
Salute. Yeah, man. Good content as usual, man. You want me to free ball, or you want me? How you want to do it, man? What's the
Pause
topic you
though on
want
the
to talk
free
about?
ball.
No, we don't want you to free ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Freestyle, my bad.
Yeah, but the topics we've been going on is these movies, the Anti-Defamation League. You know, Kanye been talking about our image, how they've been promoting our image on social media. They benefiting off our pain. But if we go out here and we put a movie of, you know, some Jewish people out here, you know, doing some foul stuff, we gonna have to probably get punished for that. So that's where all of this stem from. We want to get your take on it. Drop squad.
Okay, well, let me address that first. I think everything that we need to be doing need to be approved from us. Because look, man, at the end of the day, I hate to say this, but we cultural, bro, and we're so like great at what we do. The good and the bad we influence, right? Whether it's degenerate behavior we influence, good, the positive side of our culture we influence. So movies like NWA, Menace to Society, let's be realistic, bro. Like, these things happen in our communities. Now, I'm not praising it. I'm not saying, hey, well, since it's happening, we should be, put this in the forefront as our culture. No, not at all. But at the same time, if somebody's going to be backing our degenerate movies like Baby Boy, and which is unfortunately one of my favorite movies, and Pay the Fool, at least we need to be behind that. We need to be putting money behind that. Like, what's your boy name? Dame Dash. She made Paid in Full, but that actually happened. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But movies like that was designed though, right? That was purposely like it's different agendas. You see what I'm saying? Agenda is for a reason. Why I'm doing it. And that's what I have a problem with. So I think, to me, that's a difference. It's like rap music, right? We all, watch battle rap, or we listen to hip hop and stuff like that. But when you have a machine that's telling you that's purposely signing people to, that have beef in the streets, and these guys ain't really pushing the machine behind this arts to make degenerate music, now that's an agenda, because it's not pure. And that, to me, is the first step we need to be doing. Once we got that, then we can kind of like, okay, talk to our people, and maybe things like people like I didn't mean to say things. People like Sexy Reds and the worst of the worst. We can kind of like shame that. We had that conversation last time, bro. It's like shame is coming back, and that's really our community doing that with the red pill community. And you said gender war earlier. I don't touch on that. The gender war was even needed, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't know that we was 58% middle class black men. We didn't. We didn't know that that black fathers are the most involved fathers out of all races. This is no disrespect to other races. Men who take care of their children. But bro, like it's beaten in people's head that, hey, black people, they are not good fathers. They are criminals. Right. They are lazy. They don't work. And it's the total opposite. I heard 61% middle class. We're 50% childless, right? And the ones that are having kids out of wedlock, which is a small percentage, I think like 18%, those men are still good fathers.
Right.
Yeah.
And another one, we're in the middle class. Do you know we're second in middle class? We're never at the bottom. We're at the bottom when it comes to figures and stuff like that. But when it comes to middle class, officers, plumbers, etc., blue collar jobs, we make I think what 48 to 50,000, and that's $2,000 less than Caucasians. And Asian men are at the bottom. No, I'm sorry, Asian are number 3. Hispanic men are at the bottom of that. Okay, so by men talking and having these talking points, now it brings awareness.
Yes.
And that was very much needed. You know what I'm saying? If you want to chime in.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I thought you was going to chime in. Yeah. So, so we what we need to be doing is we need to be getting our communities together. We don't need to be really worrying about what everybody else is doing. It goes back to politics. So if it ain't a quick pro quo, meaning, hey, if I'm going to vote for you, I'm gonna need tangibles. Or if I do this, I'm gonna need that. Then it don't really concern us. You know what I'm saying? This is straight. And that's pretty much that's how I feel about that.
Gotcha.
Man.
If y'all have any other questions,
I appreciate your
yeah, Black man, you doing great, man. We doing great, man. We never was at the bottom, bro. We invented too many things. Don't get me started. We invented too much. The world, listen, man. Anywhere in the world you go, you see our patents, man. You see them stoplights? That's our patent, man. You see them electricity? That's us, man. Cell phones, that's us, man. Computers, that's us. Cars, that's us, man. We invented that. Right. You said we don't got no culture, bro. Memorial Day, I always say that in your chat, man. Invented in chat. Google this. FBA invented Memorial Day on 1865, man, and whitewash in 1868. Is that not American culture?
Right. 100% American culture.
We invented family reunions. Is that not American culture?
We invented
Talk to me.
Hey, I'm gonna bring a caller in. Dang, he done hung up on the phone, man. I was about to bring somebody in. He wanted to chime in with us also, but just keep the conversation going. We're gonna get this guy's perspective also. You tapping in the water guy.
Yo, what's up with the guns?
What's popping, fam?
What's good, fam?
Man, I was trying to get live with y'all boys, man. Y'all looking good for it. I always look good, man. But we were talking about it last time I called in.
Yeah.
We was talking about technology and how it needs that organic element. And water God, you work with water and like instilling these water filtration systems at residences and in professional places and buildings and stuff like that. So I know you in tune with like the water level, like in the rivers, precipitation, like, and
hold on. I messed up the phone call. We
got Brother Trey.
Yeah, finish your perspective, my brother. We got Gary on the line also. We got 3 people on. Finish.
Okay, I'll just hold.
Hold on 1 second, Gary. Finish your perspective, my brother.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, man, I think that when you look at global warming, the water and stuff, they gonna have to deal with Black people because we gonna be some of the ones that can actually go out into this global warming environment. And then common sense, I think, will overcome us, and we'll realize how we are the only people that can really healthily go out there in the element of this global warming and work. So we'll realize that, and then we'll start to be more business minded and stuff like that. But let me get on out the way, man.
I appreciate you, brother. You said something big, for real. I appreciate that,
my brother. If you want to continue on with the conversation, continue on. We want to hear your thoughts and your perspectives, fam. Gary, what's going on? How you doing today? What's going on in LA, Gary?
Oh, brother, God is great, man. God is good. I'm glad to be chiming in with you brothers this evening.
What's going on in LA?
Can I answer Rob's question about do we need an ADL?
Yes, sir.
For FBA?
Please.
Yes, we do. We've been some kind of way, because we've collectively, and we haven't been guided by anybody, we've been defending ourselves. Look at what we did with Fat Joe. We took him down, man, and we didn't have a meeting, we didn't have no organization, but all of us was in our spirit. Somehow we knew what to do. And we acted, and we got him taken down. Look at with the elections. We didn't have no meeting or nothing like that, but within our spirits, we knew as FBA, there's something within us, man, something divine. I believe that there's a divine spark within us. That's why we've always been kind people for the most part, and we've welcomed everybody from all around the world, and we fought for other people and immigrants and other black people from around the world to come in here around like 1965, around that area, around the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, and we fought to bring them in here. There's something divine within us. And I believe that's the reason why we got through those difficult times of the 244 years of actual chattel slavery. And it's a couple of points that I want to touch on real quick. I want to touch on the feminist movement. Now, that feminist movement was started back in the 60s, 70s by Gloria Steinem, right? And what happened was they went after the sisters. They wanted to get the sisters on their side because by themselves, they weren't really that effective. But for some reason, when you get FBAs on this side, the movement takes off.
Yes, sir.
And you can even go back to the 20s and the early 1900s, the suffragette movement when they got the women the right to vote. That didn't take off until they got the black women to join them. And that's when everybody really started paying attention. When the black women joined them to get the vote, that's when their movement, in my opinion, really took off. Yeah. So it's something, that's why everybody wants us to be on their side. You know, they always talk about we last. Whenever somebody get in trouble, who they run to?
Us.
They run to us, the Palestinians, the Jews. Everybody wants to be on their side because for some reason, because of the divine spark that we have within us, they know it's going to jump off when we get involved. You know, all of those anti-deportation protests, they've had all those people, but it haven't taken off.
That's true.
All of the anti-Trump movements that they have with all the people, it has not taken off. The anti-target movement and stuff that we didn't really get behind it hasn't taken off. But when we get involved, it takes off.
It's powerful.
Now, yes, it's very powerful. Now, I want to touch a little bit on the post-traumatic slavery syndrome that the brother was talking about and the sister was talking about earlier.
Yes, sir.
There is something to that. That was Dr. Joyce.
Yeah.
Dr. Joyce LaCruz broke that down, right? There's something to that because we have a certain amount of stress because of the slavery and the stuff that we've been going through that nobody else had. But one of the main reasons why a lot of black politicians and stuff didn't get behind that was they did not want it to be classified as mentally ill. So they downplayed that. But there is something to that as far as the PT, the post-traumatic slavery syndrome is concerned. There are things because that we have that we deal with that other people don't even deal with. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about when we get to tracing our history, our lineage. Those of us that are tracing our lineage, you know, we want to go back at least to the slavery period, right? And remember, and even Tariq was talking about this on one of his shows, try to get back to at least to the 1870 census, the U.S. census of 1870. Try to get your family at least back there because the 1876 census, is only 5 years away from the Civil War. You get that? The Civil War ended in 1865. And if you go back 2 years before that, that was when slavery ended. In 1863, January 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation that was signed by Abraham Lincoln. So I just traced one of my great aunts back to that area. I mean, it's not that hard to do. It's really not. If you can go back to your grandfathers and you go back to their parents, you can trace that back. Like my grandfather was born in 1913, right? So I'm tracing down my maternal grandfather, right? I'm tracing down his mother and father, and I'm trying to get the birth certificates and stuff. So you know, even whatever happens, you know who you are. You know that you're really FBA.
Yeah.
So if you tracing it back, try to get at least back to the census of 1870.
Yeah.
And you'd be right in that area. So it's not as complicated as a lot of people think it is.
Now
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
I apologize. I wanted to. I wanted to see if you could stay, or is your time limited? Because I wanted to include the other brothers that's on the line also. And ask
bring them on, bring them in.
I wanted to ask a question, and I wanted Yes Sir to start with this, and I want you to get around to this also, Gary, if you don't mind. But
yes, I'm here.
We played the clip about Dr. Joy DeGruy, and
okay.
The brothers had mentioned post-traumatic slave syndrome. I just want to ask y'all brothers, do y'all think trauma is transferable? And what is y'all answer to that?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Go first.
You want me to?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well,
Yes, sir.
My opinion, I'm 50-50 with it. You know, I know that's bold to say, because it's like, you know, look, man, I like to brag on us so much. I'm sorry. We invented so much in that time period, and it's so much history not being told, that, you know, it's like we can overcome anything, you know.
Right.
And, you know, yeah, I understand, you know, what we've been through. You know, no other real, I don't know any human race in human history that's gone through what we've gone through. But to overcome all of that, to have these towns that we created, to have these establishments that we built and culture we built, it's almost like, you know, like we didn't overcome it because we're still due. You know, I believe reparations is definitely owed to us for free labor, but I believe that I believe that, you know, I believe it's we overcame a lot of obstacles. That the other half, you know, we were, you know, pushed back every time we would build and try to overcome it and build greatness. You know, it's, you know, drugs planted in our community. The FBI was created to destroy the black man. You know, you get what I'm saying? All these obstacles is produced more PTSD. You know? So that's my answer with that, because I know you have other people that want to answer the question.
I think the other brother hung up though. I don't know where he went.
You want me to jump in, Trev?
We had a brother from Texas tapping in.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Gary.
Go ahead, Gary.
Okay, let me jump in on this. Now, the post-traumatic slave syndrome, you asked if it's passed on, if the trauma was passed on. I believe that some of the stuff is passed on through our DNA. But we also have that greatness spark within us, which I believe is a divine spark. And I was doing some work with an organization in LA. And I said the only reason that we survived in my opinion, 244 years of actual chattel slavery is because of divine intervention and the invisible hand of God moving on our behalf. Besides that, there's a divine spark within us that nobody else has. I was listening to this white professor, and he was saying that FBAs are the most unique people in the world. A white dude, he was giving a lecture. He said for us to go through what we went through and to still be cool and able to handle our stuff, nobody could have done that in history. And nobody has done that in history, which is a trip. Nobody has been through the type of slavery that we went through. We went through chattel slavery. It was worse than the slavery that they had during the Roman Empire. The slavery that we went through was worse than that. It was worse than the slavery that they had back in Egypt when the children of Israel went through their slavery, right? Because they would only be slaves for a certain amount of time. We were slaves for generations. I think it was like 25 generations, man. And we couldn't get out of it. So it was like a perpetual thing. There, even back in the Roman Empire, you could work your way out. You could be a gladiator, right? You never had a gladiator won his freedom?
Yeah.
They got in there and showed courage, right?
Yeah.
And they won their freedom through that. We could not do that.
Right.
Now, I think it's Claude Anderson talked about mandatory mention, right? So there was a way that we could earn it by protecting a white guy. But most of us, believe it or not, within our spirits, man, we didn't want to go that route. Most of us didn't want to take the route of selling up. We wanted to be true to our people and do the right thing. It's something within us. That's why this delineation movement is so great, because people, even like the politicians and stuff that have sold us out, if they're really FBA, even the ones that sell us out, something in their hearts tell them you're going to have to do right by your people. Somewhere in their hearts, something's going to touch them and say, what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
You need to do something to straighten this out and do something right for your people. Now, it was a book that before Dr. LaCruz, right, Dr. George, right, it was a book called Black Rage. I think it was written by two psychologists from California State University. And they documented that Black people did certain things that were unusual, and they traced it back to the slavery time. So there's something to that. And you can get that book and read. It's called Black Rage, and it's a case study of Black FBAs, right? And some of the things that we have done that have been unusual, that have been kind of abnormal. And they concluded that came from us being through those 244 years of actual chattel slavery. But because of the divine spark within us, we can overcome whatever it is that happens to us. Right. I was listening to a speech by with a young sister. She was over there by USC, right? And I remember that was back in the 1980s when the immigrants from Latin America and Mexico really started flooding into our country, and they started living like SC and stuff. And the sister said, and he asked her a question about, what do you think about all these illegal aliens? They didn't say immigrants back then. They said, what do you think about all these illegal aliens coming over here, being able to go to school and being able to do this? She said, you know what? We Black people, we gonna be all right. We've always been all right. And F all of y'all. So I'm like, go, sister. Talk that talk. Right. I'm gonna land my plane, brother.
Can I chime in real quick and say something real quick?
Go ahead, yes, sir. I had a question. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay, let me just say this though. And we wasn't, and again, you know, our history was rewritten so much, man. Like, you know, don't think, man, like we wasn't going to war and we wasn't doing things during that time. You know, from the Black Maroons, you know, that's not talked about or not in the curriculum, you know, which is part of American history, or the Black Seminoles helping free Mexico. Yeah, like, you know, they're not going to tell you about that. And, you know, and it's plenty of more. It's plenty, the Peacock tribe, man, the Peacock versus the Pilgrims, right? We invented Thanksgiving, right? But they're not going to tell you that you're the American indigenous Indian, right? So by us not knowing that, you already feel inferior. You already feel like you're on a land, not sure, and, you know, you were just brought here for chattel slavery, and you was just, you know, a person who was just picking cotton, where picking cotton was a multi-million-dollar business back then, man. You know, these guys were farmers. You know, they're not going to tell you that. We know that our people were already doing that before they got here. That's why, you know, they was like, you know what? Let's go to war and enslave these people on certain states, because it was only 7 colonies, so you couldn't enslave everybody everywhere. See, this is why it's a lot of untold truth, and it makes me so mad, bro, because it's like, I hear you, but then what they'll never talk about the free Blacks, right? Exactly. So what were the free Blacks doing? You know, like 7 years of slavery. Yeah. I didn't fully watch the movie, but in New York, this guy was a doctor, right? So if he was a doctor, there are other doctors in LA, you know, the Seneca Village in New York, right? You know, they like to say, you know, no disrespect, my people in the South, but there were Black people in the East, in the North, in the West too. It was the Shinnecock tribe looked like water, man. It looked just like you, man. Google Shinnecock tribe. Google the Lenape tribe. See, once we start finding out this information, that PTSD kind of backtrack, because now you kind of getting, you're furious to know, okay, what else was going on back then that they're not telling us about. You see what I'm saying? You know, and that to me is a very important, man. Is extremely important because it's untold history. It's the power of the pen. It's his story, and you're feeling inferior, but you should be feeling superior just by knowing what we know with all the inventions. It's superior.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But if we keep thinking that we're no, my bad. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Can I chime in right now? This is good. Let me chime in right quick. Yeah. I'm Blackfoot. I am straight Blackfoot. You know what that means?
Yeah.
That even though one of my ancestors was slaves, I was here way before 1776. You know what I'm saying? But some of the things that my Blackfoot grandmama taught me, she taught me when I was a little kid. I was coming up. She said, "You know what, son? You can be anything that you want to be." So I think that those of us that have grandparents and those of us who have grandparents and great-parents that are alive, talk to them and find out what they're saying, because they know that history. That DNA test only give you a certain percentage, and they're getting ready to go out of business. 23andMe right now, they're going bankrupt, right? So that you get that old verbal history, you get to your family. Go and talk to your elders. Get that history before they pass, because it's more important than that so-called scientific evidence, which is only a percentage. It's not 100% accurate, but when you get it from the horse's mouth, that's 100% accurate. And my grandma always put it in, she said, "Son, if you want to be the president," this is back in the 60s, and she was black. She said, "If you want to be the president, you can be that." So that's where we come from. We got that kind of spirit within us. FBA has got that. We know that when we walk, we don't act like the blacks in other countries and nations. We ain't scared of no white folks. Listen, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. The other blacks in most countries are afraid of black folks. We ain't scared of no black folks or white folks, is what I'm trying to say. Because we got that spirit within us, man. And we've been here. We know how to survive, man. And we got that divine spark within us. Everybody want to try to play down the divinity of God and his omnipotence. But there is something to that. That's what's keeping us going and keeping us strong and giving us all of our victories. That divine spark that is within us that really nobody other ethnic group in the world has but us. And I'm right there, brother.
Okay, I got a question for y'all though. This is big because on my channel, I think the last video, I think me and Trev did a video. We went over how I think it was the FBI. Their war against Black American people, and we are speaking about the media and how they, how the media controls our information and feeds us what they want to feed us. For us to get past this, do we have to cut off all the media sources that provide information for our people and start our own if we want to bring truth to us? I want to get y'all question.
Can I'll chime in with that?
My
bad. Go ahead. No.
Who is this
you
tapping?
Go ahead, man. It's your floor.
Is this LaFarris? LaFarris tapping in, or is this your sir talking? I don't know which one it is.
No, that's
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Before you mention anything, before you speak, though, I want to introduce. We got LaFarris. He done tapped into the show, and I want to give him let him get his take or whatever, though. But go ahead and speak your piece, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
I'm just listening.
I absolutely agree, man.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with what I just said, man. We need our own everything, man. We need to be. We should have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's what people like Ice Cube was even trying to do, man. It's like, okay, look, we can do business. We ain't shying away from business, but we need to be owning everything. We need to be, if we speaking for us, we don't need to be having tethers, speaking on our behalf. If you from Jamaica or Haiti and you up here down, like things like reparations or, speaking for our culture, and your mother just got here in the 60s, bro. Or just like going back to the Busta Rhymes thing or Fat Joe, what you was just saying, how, it was 50-50 hip hop. And it's like, okay, well, tell me what your parents were listening to. Because my parents, they was listening to Marvin Gaye. And then my great-great-parents, they was listening to man, where do I start, man? Come on, my James Brown, Al Green, Ohio players, and then before that was country music and rock and roll. And before country music, I got this from Tariq. We by Elijah McCoy building the railroads, which started in the East Coast, because they keep saying Asians have started the railroads, which started on the East Coast. They was on the West. We invented race music, which influenced country music. You see what I'm saying? So we got music on top of music that influenced that music. You get what I'm saying? And they can't tell us about that. Only we can tell us about that. So how are you going to tell us about what we need and what we like? And we're really not the same lineage. We're just the same race, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So going back to answer your question, yeah, it need to be no more of that. It need to be 100% owned. As far as these channels, like yours, we need to be, tapping into the bigger platforms, which Dr. Clark Anderson always used to speak on, starting from the bottom and then spreading out, putting money in small businesses. A small I'm sorry, I'm just a little nervous, man. Bear with me. But places
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
Yeah, black owned places. We need to, instead of going to McDonald's, go to the black owned restaurant. Start there. And then when it comes to election time, we need to be trying to get our people in these small things like not things, but politicians like your city elector or whatever it's called. You get what I'm trying to say. We need to branch out that way, not worry about big presidents and what they're trying to do.
Right.
And I think we got to start small. So that's pretty much it, man. I think we're doing good, man. I think this is a start, man. Delineating was the best thing we did. Yeah.
Go ahead, I was trying to let you come in, fam, because I appreciate the brother's perspective. Yes, sir. And I got some questions I want to ask all of us from his perspective. But LaFarge, please, you've been waiting a while, fam. Talk to us, family.
Hey, man, my brother that was just talking, that's the truth, man. We need to all come together and be on one accord and whatnot. And it's just sad that every time we just build up, every time we build up our community, man, we get destroyed by the dominant society. You know what I'm saying? They take in, it's like it's terrible that we come together, and once we come together, we just scared of the people that's gonna come after us. That's the only thing, that's the issue. Because all we gotta do is stand up. I was just watching the show last night, and that picture with everybody, black people on them, they got a monopoly board and black people all under it. And then if we just rise up, you know what I'm saying, the game is over. So but we ain't doing that, because once we get together, what infrastructure we got to stop somebody from coming in and taking everything that we done built up. So that, and I hate to sound like that sounds so defeatist, but it is what it is. Like, we got to realize that it's not gonna be a peaceful transition in none of this. It's gonna be bloodshed. It's gonna be people dying. When the real war start, whenever that starts, we FBA, we on our situation for us, but the rest of the world is gonna have to come. It's gonna be a big deal, because the way we live is gonna have to change, because the way this world is crazy, man.
My brother, what I'm saying? I ain't trying to cut you off. Keep going, because what you was talking about, that was the question that I was trying to piggyback off of when I was wanting to ask a question to Yes Sir. But keep going, LaFarge, because we have another caller from Texas that want to tap in also. So continue on with your perspective, my brother.
Okay, brother. Hey, man, what I really wanted to get off was Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was calling for. Because Kanye, when he came to the rap game,
You know what I'm saying? I just knew something about him. Something about him was just, you know what I'm saying, authentic and everything like that. And he didn't went through his trials and tribulations, but he didn't seen a lot behind the scenes. So him coming out talking about stuff that he's talking about, he's not wrong. His delivery is messed up. Okay, we give the people that. Okay, whatever. But he's telling the truth. He's not lying about what's going on in the industry. They are throwing everything to make us a certain way. You know what I'm saying? To just follow and feel a certain way. You know, and I mean, because it's psychological, you know, at the end of the day, through all of it, it's psychological warfare that we are behind.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And stay on the line with us, fam. Texas, I know you've been waiting. Please give your perspective, family. 737, talk to us, fam.
Shout out to peace, love, and joy, man. For the team. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I called back in, man. I want to kind of touch back on what I was talking about earlier.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to this global warming, I got a little podcast. So I always say y'all look good because I'm trying to get that limelight y'all got. Y'all got that glow, man.
We gonna help
you. Bro, we'll shout you out, bro. Listen, we FBA support around here.
Yeah. So I just posted y'all thing on my Facebook page, and I do YouTube. It's called Fatherland Videos. I just shared this video on there, and it said y'all only got 24 views. I'm like, no, they don't, because it be hundreds of people. And I'll be sharing my videos to the black trail rides and folks out there on horses and ATVs. I know they watching. I say,
they watching it. Yeah, they watching it
because they not giving us credit for it.
That's true.
These topics is so real. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was saying about this global warming. I loaded up on in the commentary section. The governor of Texas that passed this law a couple of years ago. It's called the Death Star Law. And, you know, Texas got more folks locked up than any place in the world and in the United States. Yeah. But with the illegal immigrants here, I remember I'm 41. I came up, it was all black people cutting the grass and building the buildings and stuff. But if you come down into Texas, y'all think these folks always been here. But so they passed this law now. It's called the Texas Death Star Law. And we were talking about Star Wars and stuff earlier. It's going to be now it's going on right now. And basically what this law confronts is making sure the illegal immigrants, when they working on the roads, they doing construction on these buildings and homes and things like that, that you got to give them breaks every so often. But now when we was doing that by the majority, they weren't concerned about our welfare. Right. But now these illegal immigrants are here and they got all these black folks, our populations are low and they won't let us work these jobs. So now they implement, so there's a pushback with the Texas Death Star Law from Star Wars. That's what they call that big old planet that shoot that laser beam down and it blow up your blood. So that's the name of the law the governor passed. So now you got to look at it's a pushback because they say, well, we got these illegal immigrants over here to work. We don't want them taking no breaks and stuff. And now they politicians, and now they put to be the president. So my thing is, when it comes to us as black people, all that, what it is, us as black people, will we be responsible? Because I'm Aztec. So we say we the children of the sun. And they changed, now they Christian, they call us the children of the son of God. We the son. But back in the Aztec, we say we got the pyramid of Mexico, the pyramid of the sun. So when we take our responsibility as indigenous Americans and say, look, y'all, we gonna start doing policing our neighborhood because we want to say, well, a white man don't police our neighborhoods because he racist. What if he can't come out there because it's too hot? And what if he handles us with this iron fist because he's so uncomfortable in those elements? But we thinking it's just hate, but we're not realizing that there's a natural order to science and placement. Right. Stuff that's supposed to be in place in different regions, providing different functions. So we as black people, we must wake up and realize not only is our time to thrive because of this hyper energy with the sun, but also caring for humanity across the world because we're the ones that can say, well, we're gonna start policing now because it's not healthy for you. It'll make you get sick being in all this radiation. We're gonna go out here and start doing this stuff and helping you now. We see y'all like to ride y'all bike. So we'll go out there and post signs in the parks and say, this is the danger level today with the radiation in the atmosphere. When are we as Black people, because we say we're the mothers and the fathers of the world, start carrying ourselves like we're the mothers and the fathers of the world, the children of the sun. And right now, the world is calling us and say, hey, I got to tell them what to do right now with all this sun and this heat. It's y'all time to start telling them. It's y'all time to start coming out here and doing work. I'm going to fall back.
Thank you, my brother.
Can I weigh in on that? Right, this is Gary. Can I weigh in on that?
Most definitely.
You know, one of the things that I got from my grandparents, and a lot of you FBAs probably already know this. They said charity begins where?
North Carolina.
Charity begins at home.
Yeah.
And it spreads abroad. We got to take care of our own business right now. We don't have time to be worried about what's happening all around the world right now. We got to get our own stuff together right now. And that's why we're delineating right now so that we can become stronger. I told you about what Malcolm X talked about, the coffee, right? He said, when you put cream in the coffee, you weaken it.
You dilute.
So when you get off of focus, right, it's diluted. Even like with the liquor, you put a little water in there, it's going to lose its strength. We got to stay on code right now. This is our chance. We took down cosplaying Hindu bed wench Kamala, no Black, no FBA hats. We defeated her. That was on the beginning. That was only like 3 months ago. In November 5th, we took them down. We took down Fat Joe. We're taking down all these people that are coming up against us. We are on a move right now, and it's time for us to keep that ball. We got a ball rolling. We got to keep that ball rolling and concentrate on us. Right now, the charity needs to be on us.
Yeah.
We got to heal ourselves and bring ourselves up. We got to move towards reparations and do what's right for us. We done brought everybody in from all around the world through our immigration laws, and we got them getting civil rights, not only to the Civil Rights Act of 1965-64, but the Civil Rights Act that goes back to 1865. That was us too. It didn't start back then. And there was another Civil Rights Act that we were part of. We've been moving and trying to bring people in, and most of the time, a lot of times when we get them here, they stab us in the back.
Say we don't have no culture.
Right, there we go. We ain't got no culture. We ain't got no history. And our history is some of the oldest history in the world. We go back at least, we go back past Christopher Columbus. 1492. That's over 500 years, man. We ain't nobody to be played with. And everybody else knows it. That's why they try to play us down. But when they need help, who they run to?
You already know.
Us.
Yeah.
We already know. So we got to stay on code right now, and we got to fix ourselves because we've already opened up everybody, and most of them they were not down with us. They took the other side and crossed the other side for benefits on their personal level rather than collectively. And it's being collective benefits for our people and for our lineage is built in within us. Because there was a book I read from Dr. Johnson. He was talking about it was Black America. It's a book called Black America, right? He said that they discovered that a lot of the so-called slaves that were bringing over were already Christians. Everybody always wants to say that Christianity is the white man's religion and all that. Do you realize that there's two instances in the Bible where it describes Jesus from a physiological, biological view? That's in the book of Daniel and in the book of Revelation. It don't describe him like no white man. It said Jesus had feet like brass. My feet look like brass.
Gary, can I?
Jesus.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead. You said Jesus. Keep going. You said Jesus. I don't want to stop you when you're talking about Jesus. Keep going. But I got something to say though.
So it said that he had feet like brass, man. That looked like my feet, man. He said he had hair like woolly hair. That looked like me. And his eyes were like fire, man. How many brothers, when we get to cooking, our eyes flare up like fire, So I'm more in tune. I worked with this white attorney one time, man, and I'm closer on this. We were walking down the street. You know what he told me? He said, Gary, I think that Jesus is a black man. I'm like, oh, really? I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna end it right there.
You said something though, and I want to get the other brothers to converse after this. Have you ever been to the African American Museum in DC and have anybody else?
Can I answer that real quick? Yeah. This is yes sir talking. I'm from Prince George's County, right outside of DC. I was born in DC, man. That African, Prince George's County is considered the richest black county in the nation, man. Shout out to Sugar Ray Leonard, man. I'm from Landover, man. So Marlon's neighborhood too, But I never was interested in going to that museum and never will, man. This is because of the name African American, man. That name is like calling me a nigga. You feel me? It's like calling it's like calling me a nigga, man. Like, I really demise that name. And the brother earlier was talking about Jesus in his color. Look, man, when you Google copper color American, we pop up. Now your skin, when you put a penny on your hand, you blend in with a penny. Now the Indians you see on these reservations, they look like when you open up your palm, that's their skin tone. So who's the copper color? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So I say all that to say this to this African American museum. They're not talking about that. They're telling you half truths. We don't need no more half truths, man. It's either 100 or none, man. I don't want to hear about Martin Luther King, he said this, and Malcolm X, he did this, and Rosa Parks. No, we need to be knowing about the Peacock tribe and who invented Thanksgiving. We need to be
The reason I wanted to say that though, speak about the museum, only reason I want to say that is to correlate with something that Gary said. Gary said that some of the people who got on the slave boat was converted to Christianity before they came to this country. In that museum, it talks about you had to be converted to Christianity before you was allowed on the boat. That's all I wanted to say.
Can I say this? I know people who went there. Where's the boats? Where's these boats? It's millions of people that came over here, right? All right, so name me 10 boats. And like I said, I told my man Water, hey man, white people they love to tell you about what they done, right? And this is another thing I want y'all to let this marinate. There were no motors on boats until like the late 1800s. So how did millions of people sail here? How can you sail on the worst ocean in the world, Atlantic Ocean? You know how many hurricanes Atlantic Ocean had?
Natural wind current can just blow the boat from Africa to America. That's what they tell me.
Right. Yeah. Come on, bro. Like, and then look, check this out. I got another one. All these islands, right, outside of the Americas, Barbados, Bahamas, St. Thomas, Jamaica, DR, and Haiti, which is the same country, right? You mean to tell me y'all brought all those people over there, left them over there, then came to America? Really? Really? Where's the white people at over there now? Yeah. And no, let me go off real quick. And what about Fiji and Melanesia? The people with the blonde hair and blue eyes. How they get there? See, they forgot about them. How did they get there? Because that's part of the Americas. So how did they get there? They're not telling you about that in that African museum. I promise you. It
was already there.
They were already there. The Aboriginal Australians, they were already there. So I don't, man, you came out with Roots, you came out with Color Purple, and then look who directed the movie, right? So that goes back to answer your own question earlier, man. Yeah, we need to be directing our own. We need to be having a lot of hidden color movies in movie theaters for other races to see. You love our culture so much, right? You love to rap Drake and Lil Baby. All right, well, rap this. Know that. Because when you give me a dap, we invented that in the war and what was that what was that? Muhammad Ali was about to go to. He said, "No, I ain't going there." The Vietnam War. We invented that. So when you dap each other up, we invented that, man. That don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you know, I don't feel inferior at all, bro. And then not to mention one last thing. They talk about, oh, well, languages. All right, my man just said he's Blackfoot. All right, that's Sikawa, right? See, and if you don't even want to learn about indigenous talk, all right, learn about this language called Tut language. You see what I'm saying? That's part of our culture. You see what I'm saying? And you know, again, a lot of our people ain't learning about that, and that's what makes me mad. Do you know we the only race of people who can talk trash to white people? We the only ones who can talk, who can drag our nuts, man. We can say we invented this, we invented that, and y'all rewritten that.
I don't want to cut you off, my brother.
Don't forget about Ebonics.
I don't want to cut you off, my brother, but I want to ask you a question because it's important. Because you're very knowledgeable, you informing me on things that I haven't heard of and terminologies that I ain't experienced about, and I like to learn. But I want to ask you, what would you suggest we do to protect what we create? Because I don't want to be 20 years from now, we create some new fly shit. You know what I'm saying? It's making other cultures billions of dollars, and we can't protect it. What would you suggest? What would you suggest we do to protect the things that we create? Because we ain't gonna never stop creating the fly shit. That's just who we are.
Right. Yeah. Do what Water God TV's doing. And talking that, hey, we need to be, if we got it, listen, and you know, and it's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit, because it's like, you know, maybe it's we've been under this system so long, it's like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna include everybody, because when we include everybody, you see where it lands us, right?
Yeah.
What we need to be doing right now, just right now, while we gather our thoughts, we need to be trying to have 100% ownership on anything we invented and putting a patent on it. That's what we need to be doing, right?
Yes.
And I think right there is going to take us a long way, because, like you just said, bro, this stuff is not told. This history,
right?
Everything, when you go around the world, listen to me, man. When you go around the world, you're seeing your inventions. White people didn't invent this shit, man. We did. Africans didn't invent this shit. Ask the African, okay. What name a my mother worked at the patent office. Shout out to my mother. What name a music that's that influenced the world in Africa. Name a food dish that everybody in the world eats that's from Africa. This one thing. Nothing. You can't even name it. What fufu? What you want? Where?
Nothing for like, you know, another thing too.
People.
When we create the shit too, we can never sell it, no matter the amount of money that it accumulates. We can never sell it. Can never be for sale.
Nope.
That's another thing we do,
because you see,
it's business. But we look at everything as business because we have been in America so long. We have, you know what I mean, adopted their ways of doing things. And the white power structure ways of doing things, but the things that we create can never be for sale, no matter how much it's worth. Keep going, my brother. My fault.
When you say power structure, when you say power structure, what you mean by that? Like rewriting history, or like how they do things?
I think that the white supremacist has the power, because to me, they gonna crash out about this shit, man. Are we ready to crash out? They gonna crash out.
I'm ready.
Fam.
Come on, man.
Just to be honest.
Well, I'll say this, right? I'll say this: the younger generation of white people, they're waking up, right? They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we even been lied to. Damn, they did this, they did that. Bro, we invented 70% of what people use in the world, bro. When you go up to when you go into a building, you need an elevator, bro. You know what I'm saying? When people use the cell phone, man. Like,
all that stuff.
What are we talking about? People use the GPS, man. Like, again, we're the only, not race aside, we're the only lineage who can talk trash to the fake so-called oppressors, bro.
Yeah.
We can talk trash to them, bro. No, Africans can't do that, or Caribbeans, no offense, or Asians. They like
Nobody.
that. Oh, Asians are the smartest people. Okay, name something that Asians invented. Just name one thing. Name 10 things that Asians invented.
Hey, my
From
brother,
Philippines to China.
I know you cooking right now. You're cooking.
Cooking.
You ain't baking. You stirring shit right now. But we got other brothers that came in the show.
Brother is cooking.
He's stirring shit, man. He's stirring the steak.
Y'all got me hyped up, man. I'm gonna let them try. Yeah, man. Go ahead, let them cook, man.
Blackout. Blackout, you just tapped in. Please give your perspective, my brother. Family,
I'm going to the book.
family's cooking now, Blackout. Who else we got? Sixth Aztec Sun God, talk to us, family.
Man, the man, y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah, the man came on here. He was talking about Jesus, and then OG say, "Man, nah, I ain't gonna stop him when you talk about Jesus." So I was like, "Man, hold on, y'all done got me started." So I'm gonna bless y'all game, man. This is what I do on my podcast, my little videos. I just need like a 60 seconds, man. I need about 59 seconds, man. So right here we got the book by Jason Campbell, The Way of the Seated Earth. And it talk about how, here go another one I got out here, The Way of the Seated Earth. But all this stuff got to do, this about Atawanandi. I don't know if, can y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
Atawanandi, Adosha, and the Soldiers of the Cross. So this is about a Mesoamerican, our ancestor from America got hung on the cross. Right here on this page 336, it says right here, so they sent for a post in the form of a cross. A cross, that is what they called it. They nailed him to it with iron spikes. And again, the rooster was watching. But he turned them right here. He don't give up his life to these people hanging on the cross. Look, he turned them through some surrounded by dreaming his imagination. He turned the soldier into pigs, cattle, and horses. So you say, whoa, why would they want us? Because this is Babylon here. But this is the other, but why would they want us to believe that we supposed to believe in this Babylon or the Middle East stuff versus our ancestor stuff here from Mesoamerica? Why would they want us to believe in this Babylonian? Because right here where you see the myth, it tell you why this stuff was come from. The cross right here. I just need about 30 more seconds. The myth, where this stuff come from? They got the Mesoamerican stuff right here. The tree of the middle place painted up from the Codex of Borgia, Mexico. Okay, the myth, not a myth about it, or what's a story. This is one, it's the myth. She was alone, the goddess Teletuli, walking in the primordial waters, a great, wonderful man. This is when they saw Big Mama. Big Mama, this is who they talking about. And they're talking about the plume servant, Quetzalcoatl the dragon. So this is where they get this stuff from. They get it from right here, from us in Mexico. So then we come over here to, I need about 20 more seconds, about 20 more seconds. This is the beginning of this book here, Babylon. Why are they bringing this Babylon Middle East stuff over here? The Acadians is y'all people from right there in Louisiana up there to Canada. Shout out to Can Drop Radio. That brother be talking about Prester John up there in the Tower of Babel and stuff up there in Canada. But this is the beginning of the book.
Okay.
So I need about 10 more seconds. So these are the people, this is how the book start with the Acadians. The Americans, they took the stuff over there. They took this stuff over there to the Middle East. It didn't come from Africa. The Acadians took it over there. This page 1. Page 2 is talking about the Semite conquerors. I need about 10 more seconds. The Semite conquerors. Well, the Semite, if you look up Semite, that's Jewish and Muslims.
Right.
So when they try to knock and say, well, Christianity is fake and stuff. Well, it might be fake. You could kind of say it's fake, but it got to do with some real people that came from where we from here in America.
Right. So
And they got
basically, you saying, fam, America came and set Egypt off. Like we the ones who set Egypt off to where all of them
I got that book.
pyramids and all of their advancing happened.
I got that book. I can show you. I'll be 10 more seconds. I got that book right here.
My mic is off also. I can you can hear me now when you're ready for me.
Hold on, I got that book right here. I need 10 more seconds. I ain't for to read it to you. It's in the first sentence. It's in the first sentence. So this is the book right here, because we're talking about in this book. It had the Mexico and Mesoamerican stuff, so it's in this book. You talking about Egypt, right?
Yeah.
So you come over here. Look, I'm nice with it too, Water God. Look how nice I am. Well, I'll just open it up. I just open it up and get to it like I know. I can eyeball it. I don't need no scale. You know, it's Texas, man. I don't need no scale, man. Hold on.
Salute
to the family, man. Where she at? Where Moo at? Moo, get yourself out here. These folks think I don't know what I'm got going. Where Moo at? You say how to get to Queen Moo. It's the first thing. I need 10 more seconds, man. Queen Moo, we in the book of Aztec Myths and Tales by Flame Tree Publishing, man. I do this shit for real, man. I gotta do it. Anthony F.
Excuse me, Brother Cal, this is Gary. Is this Black Alpha from Black Alpha Network?
Nah, bro. Queen Moo. So Queen Moo, it says right here. One of the Queen Moo on page 291. Queen Moo, a 19th century French American archaeologist. So this takes, well, it tell you now, it take you from the myths and tales and story. It talking about archaeologists and antiquarian. This tell you this is a real historical account. There was a certain hall among the ruins of Chichen Itza. That's this stuff here, the Mesoamerican stuff we was looking at. At Chichen Itza, built by Queen Moo, a Mayan princess, who after the tragic fate of her brother husband and catastrophe which ended in the sinking of the continent of Atlantis, fled to Egypt. So after Atlantis fled, she went to Chichen Itza, added to the pyramids of the moon, the pyramid of the sun, and the temples in Chichen Itza after Atlantis sect, and then she fled to Egypt, where she founded the Egyptian civilization. She built the whole Egyptian, but Queen Moo, this how you know it happened. Because we know the Bible, Queen Moo, so they got that golden calf. Back in the Bible here. In this other book here, they got the golden calf. That's Queen Moo stuff.
Yep.
That's Queen Moo, the bull of heaven. God Lazuli. So that was Queen Moo and them. They came out of it would tell all this stuff is symbolic of these Mesoamerican people. And when they got there, they was worshiping the golden calf because that was representative of Queen Moo. But anyway, I'm out of here, man. I don't want to show y'all that, man.
Oh, salute, brother. You cook. You cook. You.
Thank you.
Whew. So now we know it's in the textbook, you know. The same how America is right now, creating stuff and doing the big things, is how it's been going on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll
even say this. I'll even say this though. I'll even say this. I believe a lot of their history, man, what they said they done is a lie. I mean, because even if you heard about the what was it called? In Europe, it was a big old big plague in Europe. I think that's why they even left Europe. Why would you leave a country that's plentiful with fruits and gold and everything? Why would you leave your land if it's plentiful? You left because you wanted to get away from what was going on in the land you were from for better, especially back then. I think that's what was going on, man. Even when you Google Cheddar Man, black people in Europe, you start to wonder, like, hold on, okay, well, where are these guys really from? Like, where are white people? What's their indigenous land?
But I want to answer Rob's question right quick before I go. Rob, you asked the question about what should we do about the media right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah.
You said, how should we handle the media right now?
Mm-hmm.
We're destroying the media because their ratings are the lowest they've ever been because we're not watching them anymore. You know that, right? But the main thing that I want to say to you on that point is we have to use critical thinking. Critical thinking when we're watching, whether we're watching media, whether we're watching the news, if we're watching regular media, if we're watching movies, right? What that means is we just can't accept what they're saying. We have to question it. When we're watching it, does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Is this logical? Is this possible? Or is this BS? Or is this some BS? We know what's logical. We're logical and reasonable people. So on that point is keep using critical thinking. We got to use critical thinking everywhere. That's really it boils down to spiritual discernment. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, make perfect sense.
I'll land right there, brother.
Thank you for your perspective, your time, Gary. We highly appreciate
that was real talk.
Appreciate you, Gary. Appreciate them brothers.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. My boy Gary tapped into the show, man. He was cooking tonight, man. Everybody cooking, man.
Everybody
I highly appreciate y'all, man. My boy came with that book, boy. He got me on silent mode, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because he's educating in things that I have no clue about. For real.
Yeah.
For real. You know, we haven't let a couple of people speak. They ain't came up on the microphone. Blackout. Are you still here, Blackout?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We've been wanting a female. Is this a female perspective?
Absolutely. And I am so afraid of how aggressive I am that many.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to go ahead and address the FBA Anti-Defamation League. And yes, most definitely, the name of my channel is Blackout, which means blacks out of all other things but black. Removing ourselves from everything.
I like that.
That blackout. We out of there. You understand? I appreciate this particular channel because you speak in my language that I've spoke of since probably a little girl. My actions has been shown on my prison record, jackets, everything was being me assaulting, great bodily harm, felonious assaults, all on white people, all on two black cops. I apologize. My whole list is checking them physically. And I heard or saw in one of your comments that someone said something like, y'all wouldn't even slap a white person. And I've said that many times. All these big talkers on these big platforms talking black this and black that and the white man's the enemy. Which one of you have actually physically touched an enemy? And that, disturbs me. Because I feel like if you feel as strongly as I've always felt, someone mentioned in the comments about feeling superior. And I've always, as a young person as well, always felt superior. I don't know why I felt that way at that time, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, all my life. But it always resorted into one of them speaking to me, looking at me, saying something crazy, that they would get really messed up. And when I say messed up, I don't mean slapping them. I mean each and every one went on an ambulance. I didn't physically kill them, but they will never forget me.
Right.
So as far as the FBA Anti-Defamation League, basically what that means is to, let me see if I wrote that definition down, but basically, stopping those that present us, and I've said that 1,000 times too. They have us sitting up here looking like clowns, thoughts, arguing with each other, tearing each other down, and this, that, and the other. Although some of the commentary on the actions of some of those supposed to be Black people is true, I think we should remove all their madness that they're performing. I hope I didn't lose you.
Keep going.
You didn't. I wanted to ask you, where you tapping in from, though, sister? Blackout.
Oh, we lost him.
Blackout done
She
tap.
probably hit the mute button.
Blackout. Oh yeah.
I'm here.
Where you tapping in though from, sister? I want to know.
I said Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Shout out to
And
Ohio.
in Ohio, that's not far from what is that, Lincoln Heights?
Yeah.
We also had a KKK in exactly Dayton, Ohio a few years ago. And those KKK was hiding behind the building. They wasn't waving those SWAT flags and because they would have been tore up. So we do have people that even in my growing up, white people, they were more used than anything. You know the game, you know the pimps, you know the hoes. They had them white girls walking up and down the street doing what they need to do for a hit. So they were never praised as some kind of special blessing, blonde blessing queen. So they've never been uplifted as being better than a Black woman. If a Black woman decided to knock out a white woman, there's no Black men that was going to stop that Black woman. Those are the days that I miss, because now when I look at this circus we see on this is I don't know how it got to that point, with men in dresses and high heels and all that extra stuff that we wouldn't have in our day. And I'm Generation X.
Do you think it's a gender war between us as people Blackout? Do you think we're having a gender war? And I'm gonna let you
Gender, you mean between man and female?
Yeah, us as people.
Well, when you say gender, are you saying Black men and Black women having a war within themselves?
You
I think that women, for some reason, and I've witnessed this in my high school days, it's really all about them always wanting to, be with the man with the bag. They would always, be pimped. My city got to be full of pimps, and I'm unpimpable, and nor have I ever wanted to be in that league. So I'm the exception to all that mess. Gender war, Now, when you look at YouTube with Corey Holcombs and just the flat out laughing at Vivica Fox, it may not be. I think women should critique that, because men that critique that, it just shows you're less of a man to even do that. You're not even trying to build the woman. You're not even trying to let them know that this is not right. Instead, you got these fools out here that's with the B word, the whole word, and this, that, and the other. And then on the other side, you have women that has, in most cases that I'm aware of, use their body, present their body, shake that body, and they believe that that is the way to having a bag or whatever the case may be. So the two, neither are supporting each other in respect for selves, respect for the man, nor is the man really trying to let these women know that their conduct, that's just a slap in our face, so that when all these white people see us looking like clowns like that, that makes them happy. They throw out opportunities and ways to make bag, but it's by a certain condition that you're going to be able to do that. I myself have never ever in my life been wanting a fame or a bag, and would sell myself, my soul, my body to get it. If that's what it takes to get it, I don't want it. So I'll sit back simple, strong. And if you come to me, Karen, thinking you going to spit on me, I'm going to take your whole head off, and my jacket going to tell you that. So this is not something I'm just talking. This is stuff I've already done. So when I see guys like you that are standing like, hey, we have to do our own. And somebody was talking about on here, you had 23 views. That's where the power is. These small groups or whatever, these are the ones that's talking the truth, speaking the truth. So it's showing that we don't have a lot of people that wants to live this divine life or this moral standing, or we don't want to buckle under the white man to get this and get that. I think not this channel, but another channel was saying, I'm able to live it in the simplest means. We've been in the simple means and has survived. We're able to do for ourselves. And we need more of people that are actually true to it, not for personal gain, not to try to be famous. Hey, look at me, I got now 100,000, and then you turn right back around and go get you a white woman, or you turn right back around to be going sitting on the golf carts and in expensive hotels, wasting money, all that money. And it's not hard. That's the whole thing about it. There's nothing hard about getting land, growing your food, as well as building your own homes. It just takes material. It takes a large group of people with that same mind to get it done. And the problem is there's not many minds like that. So if we could somehow, and there was something else said, and I don't know if I heard it correctly, but as far as removing the media, me, myself, I already know the games about the media, the politics, and all that bull crap. But removing from these YouTube streets as much as we can those that are promoting the, you know, as far as the women doing their thing in a very
promiscuous.
Promiscuous and what am I trying to say? Disrespect to themselves, because all that is projecting in the minds of everyone else that this is who we are. And it's just a few of us that, as with me, I was in Whole Foods store by myself. And I saw the tension in the cashier, the white man cashier's face. And what I said to him, because I'm blunt, direct, and they have nothing to say, because it seems to be shocked to hear that someone would directly put them in their place. So, yeah, I said, I know you want to come. I see the tension in your face, like you want to come over this counter. But let me let you know, I'm not the one. You, your mama, your daddy, your dog, your child, and your grandchild will get it messing with me. And I mean that, though. That's the point. I mean that. You're not.
Thank you for your perspective.
We stand with you, Blackout. We stand with you.
We stand with you. We want you to promote your platform also, but I want you to land your plane, give your last perspective, because we have other people that want to tap in also, and we appreciate you waiting before you gave your perspective, because you waited a while, and I'm just thankful for your perspective. But land your plane, please, because we have other people that want to tap in also.
Yes, sir. I'm one woman. I don't have a team with me. And this is how I walked all alone, solo dolo, as y'all call it. So I don't have a pack of people when I've had to strike out against these people. But being older in my age, I would like to have people to maybe try to teach, or I'm not sure, but whatever I can do that could help build what it is that you all are speaking of. I got a great mouth, and I would do so.
Yes, you need to tap into our Discord. I'm gonna try to put the Discord in the comment section, and you tap into that. This is where we try to have more sacred conversations, and we try to put it in place. So I'm gonna put that in the comment section, okay?
Okay, and what will it be called in the comment sections?
It's gonna be a Discord thread. I'm trying to get it right now for you.
It's gonna be from Water God TV. So when you see Water God TV's comment in the Discord, just click the link and check it out, man. And you didn't call into the number. We put the dang on link for people to become guests. I wish people would have called in too, because when you call into the show, I have your number saved directly so we can be able to continue on conversate. So while you on the phone right now, and I'll put the number up on the screen too, and you can, become part of the family or whatever, and just chop it up and save that number and text me and tell me your name and everything, and we'll just with you.
So just look in the chat and wait for it to come up.
Look in the chat right now. Look in the chat.
It was good to hear that lady on your podcast, bro. She from Dayton. I'm from Dayton.
That's what's up.
Hey.
Ohio stand.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's what's happening. Yeah, man. I wanted to tap in on that FBA anti-defamation.
Talk to us, LaFar.
Yeah, man. I think that's a needed thing for Black people, for FBAs, right? I'm with that. It got to be done on the political level, some kind of way. We just got to figure out how to go from there and do it. Because the Jewish people that got it, the way they do theirs, they backed up by the government, basically. You know what I mean? So you know, it's we can't just have a whole bunch of lip service. You know what I mean? With that, you know. Yeah. But I appreciate. I want to. It got to get started. We got to start somewhere. Like
we had to bring the conversation for our people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keep cooking.
Absolutely. But really, is the city, like the city that you stay in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Black people need to get on working within where we at right now. FBA, we work where we at and start there, start in the community. Because we so far going with Trump or whoever gonna be president and the congressperson and everything. This start in your neighborhood, in your city, and then go from there and keep on moving. If we could get people to do that likewise in different cities to take care of their cities and move up, we need a political strategy. Some kind of way, somebody need to be on the political side where we are it just won't be lip service. We actually can make some moves. You know, on my little street right now, I'm about to start going to the neighborhood meetings because I got a 4-year-old, right? I don't want him out here in this street. They be flying up and down this street. And it's like, man, we need some bumps for this street, man. It's crazy. So I'm gonna go down there and handle that. And you know what I'm saying? And try to deal with that. You know, I mean, but we gotta my point is we gotta start somewhere, you know what I'm saying, doing something in our communities. And if people get behind people and go down to the city and do that, and then we go to the state and do that, and then we go to national and do that. You know, we just need to get together. We need a plan.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to ask both of y'all a question before y'all. You know, both people from Ohio.
Yes.
What is that going on the news where the Black man is protecting the community? And you know, it was all over the news. He had the guns and all of that, saying that have y'all seen that?
I have not seen that. I've had an experience with police here. I was in handcuffs in the back of the car. He was asking me my name. He kept pushing my shoulder. I was like, get off my shoulder. He pulled me out the car. And then I thought I was going to jail for driving under suspension license. When I got there, it was assault on a cop. But by me already having 2 prior and going to penitentiary for 1 battery on a cop, the judge at that time, it was clear. The attorney said that he'll bet his paycheck I would lose. And she was already in the mindset, if you come back in here with a similar charge or the same type of charge, she was going to take you to the noose. So I said, just give me my 9 months that they offered, and that was it. I also recall a brother that was paralytic, and he kept saying he couldn't get out the car, and they dragged him all out the car and things of that nature. But as far as men protecting the Black women, what I've known is that since I came back to my city, Black gentlemen, they will open doors for me. I had some that even paid my groceries. In some of the grocery stores, you know how you put some stuff up and you say, okay, now I'll take that back. I don't want that. It's not you know, it's not in my budget or whatever. They'll slide it right on in your beds, in your bags. It wasn't nothing like, can you, will you, or him saying, I'm going to. It was just a motion to do. And that's the kind of silent movement. They don't need no words speaking. It's just done. As far as protecting women, I don't know because I haven't been in a relationship since I came back in 2019. I do think it's a lot of not committing, not a strong bonding with a woman. I think it's more of a use women type of thing. And from my perspective, or at least growing up in my teenage years. So since I've been home, I haven't been with any man in my city at all. I just prefer not. I think they're strong. I think they're fighters, the men. I think that a Karen or whoever that lady was talking about, she had a noose and chains and ready. I don't think they would survive. I know that. But as far as the men and women, I'm cool with them. They're respectful to me. I'm not in their business. I'm not trying to get into their dealings, what they're doing. But they've always shown me respect. They don't walk up to me, hey, blow my this and that. No, I don't get that type of conversations. And I appreciate them for that. But as far as me being a woman, I want a man that is aware and knowing of our situation and that is ready to act when necessary, by all means. And someone spoke out in this chat as far as if you think that you can just ask or march. I mean, that's been done. No one's been listening to what you've been saying. And I've always thought that once you show them in action, not words, they're going to fall back. They're going to not be so comfortable with doing and saying the things they know because they're going to be afraid of the repercussions. We got to give them repercussions first.
Blackout, we want to be able to help you evolve your channel and be able to link up with you. How can we get into contact with you? Real talk.
What do you want? My phone number, my email, my
put your email in the comment section, and we highly appreciate you.
Okay, cool. And the Dayton guy, the date guy from Dayton, I want to talk to you. You're
all
here.
Right,
you're,
put your
all right.
hold up now.
What do you say?
Put your email. Put your email in the comment section, and we'll reach out to you ASAP. We appreciate you, Blackout.
She said she want the guy from Dayton. She said she want him.
We in the same city, man. And what she's describing, man, I mean, yeah, man. It's and I you know what though, I did want to say something though about the relationship situations or the problem between black men and women. Yeah, it's definitely I ain't gonna shy away from it. And because I know I couldn't hear everything she said because it blacked out a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? Women out here, man, and men, we got a problem with each other because you know it goes all the way back to slavery, and because we want they want us to do as much as we can, but we can only do but so much. Most women depending on the government, man, what that make our man look like, make us look weak. So, you know, we just stuck, you know what I'm saying, with dealing with attitudes with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at her because she just go to work and kiss that white man's butt. You know what I'm saying? She mad at me because I don't make enough money to take care of everything without her having to work. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's all set up by the system of things. So, you know, that's what that is. But as far as that cop, bro, as far as that man protecting the women and everything, I'm not going. I didn't hear. I heard somebody talking about it, but I don't watch the news, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what he was talking about, but these cops in this state, you know what I'm saying, like from Columbus to here, you know what I'm saying. I had experiences with them, man. I had, you know, they doing the most. These police here is terrible. You know what I mean? And I got pulled over one time, and the police pulled me over and said I ran a green light. Said I ran a red light, but it was green, and then gave me a ticket. Mexican cop. He was about to pull me over, and he pulled me over and put his hand on his gun, about to shoot me. Because he said I ran a green light, but it was red. I mean, what is green, but he tried to about to shoot me, put his hand on his hip and everything.
You had me confused for a minute there, fam. You said, I know you made a mistake, and I'm tipsy.
I got it. I got it. I know I said it all the way wrong, but I did run. He said I ran a red light, but it was green. And then he pulled me over, and then he walked up to the car all nervous, and he about to shoot me. Then he started talking. He sounded like, you know what I'm saying, forgive me, but he sounded like he was fresh off the boat or something. You know what I'm saying? He didn't speak proper English. That man could have shot me right there. But later on that night, they was training him or something, because later on that night, the police called me and told me to disregard the ticket that he wrote. I ain't never heard of that in the history of anything. You know what I'm saying? But that actually happened.
That means that they desperate for people to fill those positions up there because don't nobody want to do it. You know what's crazy about you saying that, and me hearing you say that, they are hiring tethers and people from other countries to be teachers and police officers now, because we don't do those jobs, because it ain't gonna be able to feed our families. And it's crazy that you had to go through that, fam. And they called you and told you to disregard the situation. How can you disregard something when somebody got their hand on the strap?
Right, man. That was just terrible, man. Stuff like that is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man. But you know what I'm saying? Eventually, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying? I pray for shows like this, you know what I'm saying, keep on pushing stuff out there, man, because we, you know what I'm saying, we've been behind the enemy lines. Like, we don't, I mean, proper history. That man that came on here with the history lesson that he was coming off with the books, basically saying the stuff was in America. And I don't know if you remember, Water, but I said something to you about the fact that they was talking, remember the Egypt stuff and the Egypt in America, all the stuff is here that they was talking about over there. And this man took it to another level. He just basically said that, no, you know what I'm saying? This is all our shit. Y'all just remixing it and making it that. And that's all they do. My man, I didn't mean to disrespect his mom. She worked at the patent office, but that's the only thing that white person ever invented was the patent office. They some slick excuse me, man, but they slick. They slick with it. They super slick with it, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's it's psychological. They got us following them. You know what I'm saying? And like for us, if we gonna get something together and patent it, you know what I'm saying? Them people already know what it is, so they gonna steal it. It's just bottom line, they gonna steal it. Why would I mean, if I'm fighting against you and you trying to come up, I've been oppressing you, I ain't gonna let you come up and make nothing. That's the old cotton gin thing. You know, the cotton gin, you know, that Eli Whitney created the cotton gin, right? Yeah. That's what they say, but I mean, why would a white man create a cotton gin? You know what I'm saying? I go back to Baba Dick Gregory talking about, hey, you know what I'm saying? This white man seen these black boys back there messing with this little box, found out what it was. It making cotton easier to pick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and patented it and it's his. You know what I'm saying? Like, white people, it's just terrible, man. I get frustrated talking about the stuff, but you know what I'm saying? It got to be talked about because history, you keep on, you know what I'm saying, disregarding history, you know what I'm saying, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
Hey, LaFarge, we appreciate you supporting us. We appreciate you tapping in with the show, man. We about to wrap this thing up, fam.
Oh, man, I appreciate y'all, man. This was,
I closed down the club, bro. All right, holla at y'all, man.
Love, bro. Man, we appreciate everybody for tapping in. This was probably one of the best shows we done had. I can say. What you say, fam?
Man, we had 6 people on the screen. I had 4 people on the phone. Y'all ain't even know it because y'all ain't on the phone. I had 4 people on the phone at one time, and everybody wanted to get a perspective. You know, we started the conversation with a lot of energy, and we wanted to hear from all people or whatever. I'm tipsy and tired right now. You know, I'm drinking the Black Lady wine that I supported.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm tipsy and tired, boy. Y'all wore me out tonight. Y'all educated me tonight, fam.
Man, it's just great to get so much people on the same we on the same timeline, you know what I'm saying? We on the same algorithm in this chat. So it's just great to be a part of this group, man. I just appreciate everybody for tapping in with us and always checking us. And we got to keep bringing it right for the people, man, you know?
That's a fact, Water, man. I you know what's crazy? I'm the clip god.
Mm-hmm.
We could have went for 5-6 hours, fam.
So
I got all type of shit that we could converse about. I done tapped out, fam. my brain is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But next Sunday.
Every Sunday we do this, man, like this. This is, you know, the Water Garden Trail Jackson show, man. So we do this like this every Sunday.
Yeah.
But we try to tap on our people information throughout the week as well. So
yeah. And you know, if you on Water God TV, come check me out on Trevor Jackson TV. If you watching this on Trevor Jackson TV, go to Water God TV, subscribe, leave a comment, and make sure that you tapped in with both of us because we trying to vibrate on the same frequency and bring us all together so we can give our perspectives, clear our mind, give our thoughts, and we want to be the new media. We don't want y'all watching. Oh, I don't want to give
all these Peckerwoods. No, we don't want you watching no Peckerwoods.
Yeah.
You know,
no sellouts. I about gave not your ideal way. I about gave your ideal way with the, you know.
We're gonna get them to that next Sunday. That's
a
gonna
big
talk
idea.
about that.
Yeah. We off this thing, man. I appreciate you, Water.
Love, man.
Let's get to it, man. Thank y'all. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. Jill, what you say, Water? You gotta say it.
Health, better understand the self, and giving all praise to the Most High.
Yeah, is the definition of freedom, justice, and equality for the black man, and where and when is it to be attained?
Well, take equality first. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad doesn't teach us to associate equality with whites. Equality has nothing to do with whites. We don't want to be equal with the white man. He's not the criteria or yardstick by which equality is measured. He's not in a position to tell us we are equal. It's not his right. It's not his to do. Equality, we want equality. We had equality before the white man was created. We had equality before the white man came into existence. And we want equality whether the white man is on this earth or not. Equality means the opportunity to develop all of our dormant potential, all of our dormant capability. And in developing this dormant capability, the right and the ability to stand on this earth on some land of our own and bring about a civilization and a society in which we will be completely independent, complete freedom to take care of the needs, to take care of the wants and the likes and the dislikes of our people, to establish our own nation, our own society, our own heaven, our own future. This is what we mean by freedom, by equality, and justice means as you sow, so shall you reap.